Good morning, baseball fans. Welcome back to this channel. In this video, Friday, August 13th, MLB games. We had 13 of them. One game was postponed due to weather. That one was the Brewers Pirates, and the White Sox Yankees didn't play after their Field of Dreams game. So that constitutes for why we only had 13 games. We're going to jump right into it. Not a whole lot to go over off the top. A lot of interesting games, a lot of teams playing spoiler and other teams getting it done when they need to. Reds 6, Phillies 1. This is one team that's getting it done when they need to. They were up against Zach Wheeler, of course. A little concern always when you're up against potential Cy Young candidate. But Joey Votto, he is making his name remembered right now, and he came out swinging, hitting his 26th home run of the season. He has been carrying these Reds offensively, at least for a number of weeks now, with this home run streak that he's been on. He had a 3-run shot off of Wheeler in that 4th inning, which gave them a 3-0 lead. And then we saw Castellanos add on to it in the 6th, and Suarez in the 9th, putting up a couple insurance runs. We don't see Philadelphia score any runs until that 9th inning. It's far too late. Mahle had a great outing, 7 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, and 7 Ks, whereas Wheeler, not his best outing, 6 innings, 4 earned runs and 6 Ks in the loss. Philly. Luckily, the Mets did lose, but they do have the Braves on their tail, who won over the Nationals 4-2, and they had the long ball going yesterday. They were behind 2-0 early after the Nationals put up a couple of runs in that first inning. Juan Soto had a multi-hit RBI night, but it was the solo home runs. d'Arnaud back in the lineup, going solid for the Braves. His 3rd of the season. Hit one in the 5th, and Albus hit his 21st of the season, and Austin Riley his 24th. Dansby Swanson joined the party as well. All solo shots coming one by one in those later innings. Morton goes 6, 207 Ks, whereas Gray goes 6, 306 Ks. Decent start for both guys, but it's the solo shots. Gray giving up 3 home runs, starting 5th in the 6th, and then they tried to put him out for that 7th, but obviously he gave up another home run and they took him out. Braves find a much needed win, and they might be closing up ground pretty quickly on those Phillies. Red Sox 8, Orioles 1. So after a little bit of a struggling series against the Rays, and the Red Sox find what they need, Baltimore coming into their stadium, and their offense gets it done while Pivetta pitches a great game. Bogaerts gets his 18th, Dahlbeck his 12th, and Renfroe his 20th. They piled on 4 runs in that 2nd, added one in the 3rd and 4th, and even a couple more late in the game. Baltimore never really got anything going. Martin is the only solo shot in this game. The number 9 hitter gets the only run. They did get 7 hits, but they just couldn't cash any in. Pivetta goes 6, 1 run, 8 Ks, and they bring in Garrett Richards, who gave the 3 innings of relief. I guess with Chris Sale coming back, Garrett Richards is the guy that lost his spot. Watkins goes 4, 6 earned runs, and not a good outing again for Baltimore Oriole. Not surprising. Indians 7, Tigers 4. So I guess Indians and Tigers, this series is pretty important in the fact that these teams are kind of joshing to see who's going to be second in this division. Kind of like a power rankings kind of battle. Cleveland did get out pretty quick here. They put up 2 in the 3rd and then a couple extra in the 4th before the Tigers finally answered back with 2 of their own. Clement leading the way for the Yankees. Bottom of the lineup, 2 solo shots. One coming in the 3rd, one coming in the 7th, and Chang, one coming in the 3rd. Indians are showing this lineup is hard to remember all of these names because they have the lowest payroll in all baseball right now, and it kind of shows with me not recognizing a whole lot of these names. For the Tigers, they had Hasse hitting his 19th and Nunez his 4th. Play set goes 7.2, 2 runs, 9 Ks. Great outing for him. He's 7-4 on the season. Alexander goes 5, 4 runs, 4 Ks, and he's going to get the loss. He's now 4-4 on the season. Dodgers in New York, they win 6-5, and they kind of let this one get away from them. They were up 4-0 going into the bottom of the 7th, where the Mets put up a monster inning in 4, and pretty much tied it up at that point. Of course, they go to extra innings. Dodgers put up 2 off the bats of Will Smith with a home run in there. Nice home run for him. And the Mets only answer back with 1, so they're going to come away with a loss here and a chance where they really came close to coming back in that 7th inning. Dodgers, like I said, let one get away from them, but Will Smith does bail them out in that 10th inning. Urias goes 5, 0 earned runs, 5 Ks. And then I guess in that Brill is the guy that blows it. But Trinian actually gets the blown save, but no, none of them are earned runs. And Kenley Jansen goes 2 innings in relief here, and he's going to pick up the 2nd win of the season. McGill goes 5, 3 earned runs, 6 Ks. Pretty good outing for playing against the Dodgers. But that's pretty much it. Mets talk with Hayden, man. How you doing? Just went over your Mets. Rough loss last night. I gotta give you guys that. That one hurts. But you guys are still very much in the hunt. So nice to see you. Thanks for dropping by. We're gonna keep this going here. Marlins 14, Cubs 10. Cubs did look good early in this one. They put up 2 in the first and then 2 in the second to have a 4-1 lead. But then we scroll down here and see that bottom of the second, 11 runs coming off the bats of the Marlins, and pretty much the game is over at that point. They even had 2 more in the bottom of the third to give them a 14-4 lead. The Cubs even put up a lot of runs, but it's obviously way too late. I'm not going to go too much into it. De La Cruz hitting his 2nd, Jackson his 3rd, Aguilar's 21st, and then the home runs were really coming on the Cubs side. Votto hits his 7th, Cheerios his 4th, Swindler his 4th, and Happ his 12th. Lots of home runs coming in this game. Jesus Luzardo goes 5 earned runs, 6 Ks. That's back-to-back starts now for the Marlins. He was the big return piece in that Marty trade. He has not looked good so far. Azalea, of course, didn't look good himself. 1.1, 6 earned runs, and Winkler comes in relief, getting no out and giving up 6 earned runs. So this is basically a AAA game a little bit, but the Marlins getting the better side of the number. Rangers 8, Athletics 6. Big win for the Rangers, and I've been saying it all season. The Rangers always play every team tough, and they did that last night. They did get out 3-0 immediately when the top of the lineup really comes in that first inning, but then Oakland chips away. They put up 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th to actually take a lead, but in the bottom of the 6th, Pozo. It's a 3-run bomb, which gives them the lead, and they don't have to look back because they add a couple more in the 7th, and that's it. Olsen does hit his 29th for Oakland, but they fall short. Irvin goes 5, 3 earned runs, and 2 Ks. Dunning goes 4.2, 2 earned runs, 4 Ks. And this one, rough. Oakland's been pretty hot, so they can afford to lose 1 here, but they're going to want to bounce back definitely against the Rangers over the rest of the weekend. Cardinals 6, Royals 0. Don't look now, but the Cardinals are on a little bit of a winning streak. Wild card's pretty much their only hope at this point. There are a lot of games behind the Brewers, so a lot of games to make up. They had Jack Flaherty making his return to the lineup after missing a number of weeks now. Arenado hits his 4th, O'Neill his 19th, and Nootbaar back-to-back now. Nootbaar, we're talking, hits his 2nd and 9th for some little bit of extra love. Royals 5 hits but no runs. Flaherty goes 6, no runs, 5 Ks in his return. Great outing for him. And Mike Minor 6, 3, 7 Ks, giving up a couple of home runs, which is pretty much the difference. Of course, not scoring any support for him. They're going to get the loss. Rays 10, Twins 4. So it's a big outing here. The Red Sox had 1, so the Rays win 2. They're getting a little bit of a spread on the rest of the division because the Yankees had lost yesterday. Jays lose 1 late in the game. But the Rays offense just going good here. They did get out 5-0 early, but we did see the Twins try to chip away, but they got somewhat close. But in the 7th inning, the Tampa Bay put them to bed. And it was Kiermaier hitting a home run, Zunino hitting 1, Diaz hitting 1, a bunch of home runs coming off the Rays. Bats, offense spread throughout the lineup, everyone getting a hit in the lineup, and Rooker for the Twins hitting his 5th of the season. McClanahan goes 5.1, 2 earned runs, 6 Ks, and Pineda 2.2. Can't get out of that 3rd inning, giving up 4 and a multiple home runs. It's a big win for the Rays because they can make some ground, and they want to put as much ground between them and the Red Sox as they can to lock up this division for sure. Astros 4, Angels 1. Wasn't a lot to talk about in this one. A lot of offense. The only offense for Houston came off the bat of Tucker, who hit a grand slam in that 4th inning. And then after that, the Angels only put up 1 in the 8th, but there was no home runs or anything. It was Ohtani in that leadoff spot who did hit someone home, but it wasn't enough. Greinke does pitch a nice outing. 7 innings pitched, no earned runs, 7 Ks. Well, Sandoval goes 4.24 earned runs, 3 Ks. Of course, the 4 runs coming off that grand slam. That's all. His only blemish was that grand slam. But it's a big win for Astros because Oakland had lost, and they had really the lead they had in the division had basically evaporated. So they're going to want to start putting some games between them and Oakland. Diamondbacks 3, Padres 2, back-to-back losses now for the Padres over the Diamondbacks, and this is not good. With the red-hot Reds behind them, they're holding on to that last wildcard spot. I think it's safe to say they're not going to catch the Giants for the division lead or the Dodgers at this rate. So these games against Diamondbacks are important, and they're letting them fall away, and this is not good. Arizona, Kento Marte hits his 5th. Varsho hits his 6th in the bottom of the 9th, which walks off the Diamondbacks. And Will Myers has a 2-run bomb, which tied the game in the 7th after being down 2-0, but they couldn't close the door. Snell goes 5, 200 runs, 6 Ks. Not a great outing for him, not eating a lot of innings. He's still going high in the pitch count, but can't get it down to a Bumgarner goes 6.2, 200 runs, 6 Ks. Gives up that 2-run bomb in that 7th inning, which gives him away from the loss, or from the win, sorry. But Varsho, like I said, bailed him out. Big win for Diamondbacks, plain spoiler at this rate. Giants 5, Rockies 4. Giants got up 5-1 after 2 innings, and there was the Rockies trying to get back in there. And they put up a couple in the 9th to bring it within 1 off of the bat of Joe, who hits his 6th home run of the season, but they never get closer than that. Flores gets to Gomber early in that 1st inning, his 15th of the season, a 3-run bomb. And Gomber only goes 4 or 5 earned runs and 2 Ks. It was a little bit of a rough outing for him. He's had some great outings, he's had some bad outings, but that's basically majority of what happens with pitchers, right? Desclafani goes 5, 2 earned runs and 4 Ks in his return, picking up a nice win, his 11th of the season. Giants are happy to see their rotation really starting to come back. They saw Aaron Sanchez starting to throw some pitches. Desclafani's back. They're on top of the world right now, but unfortunately for them, Dodgers won as well still. And last game of the night, Mariners 3, Blue Jays 2. And as a Jays fan, this one was quite heartbreaking. Seattle was out 2-0 early, but we saw Toronto answer right back when Gurriel Jr. hits a nice hit for multiple, scoring 2, and tied it up. This one was very close, and in that 9th inning, the Blue Jays fell apart. Simber immediately, he got 2 out right away. But then he got a hit and walked a couple guys to load the bases, and the Jays bring in Brad Hand, who's supposed to be a big pickup at the trade deadline to add to their bullpen, but there's a lot of concerns, of course. And he comes in, and on 4 straight pitches, he walks in the winning run, and this is a big series for the Jays because Seattle's technically behind them in the wild card, but if they lose a couple games to him, they're going to fall behind the teams ahead of them, and the team behind them gaining on them. It's not good. Robbie Ray did look good. He went 7 innings, 2 earned runs, 8 Ks. All of it, his runs coming in on a home run. Flexen went 6, 2 earned runs, 3 Ks himself. The home run coming off the bat of Tom Murphy in that 3rd inning. But it's a rough loss for the Jays. What can you do? You can't win them all, but this series is very important. This road trip is very important. Coming out of that awesome homestand, they're going to want to make up some ground. This going back to that Mets game last night was not good. All the blame goes to Luis Rojas. Throws in Familia, right-handed pitcher with Will Smith, who had 1,000 OPS against when you had and has Loop. Yeah, Loop used to be on the Blue Jays. I know we would always use him as a left-handed specialist. I guess what can you do? When you're in those extra inning games, you kind of have to go for 3 outs. I didn't watch the exact situation, so I don't know if there's 2 out. Let's just jump back to it real quick here. Was there 2 out? That's 1 on 0 out. So at the very least, Familia has to go in there and get a couple outs, right? So I think Aaron Loop does struggle once you get past Will Smith. He might get the out on Will Smith, but after that, what are you going to do? I think in those extra innings, you bring in a guy expecting him to go the whole inning. So I can't quite blame him on that, but I can see where you're coming from with that. Familia knocking it done. But that's it for me, folks. Thanks for everyone that watches this today. Just a reminder, we're going to be doing this again tomorrow, but then next week we're taking the week off. But I am putting together a couple videos to come out, so make sure you subscribe. We're going to be taking a look at the Cy Young. Rojas just relies too much on lefty-righty nonsense. Yeah, no, I can see that. There's been a lot of, from what I see, a lot of disappointment with the way Rojas has been going this year. So the Mets are still very much in it. It's going to come down to the wire at the rate this is. Luckily for them, the Phillies lose. The Braves are making a run at it. So this is definitely a 3-horse race. It's going to be fun to watch as an outsider. Maybe not so much as an insider, Mets fan. You might be sweating a little bit. But for me, it's going to be exciting. Otherwise, guys, we will see you guys for the next video. Thanks for stopping in. And don't forget, if you want to keep this chats going, the Discord where a few of us have a community growing and keep the conversations going off the videos, it's in the description below. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys again.